So, what in I'm going to talk about food. I'm going to talk about um, happiness. I'm going to talk about some whips and flavors, and I'm going to talk about how food connects with communities and gets you happiness. As they say, there's to be a proof in the pudding. Uh, so we would want to define the pudding, and we want to talk about the pudding and let it be magical. So it was about 3 decades back when I started my journey to be a chef. I think that was the most exciting, most rewarding, and the best thing that happened to me in my life, that I became a chef. And though the early days were a little mm, struggling, but then that's what rewarded me, and that's what I gained to be a chef. I believe this helped me to don my new incarnate and to create that fusion and amalgam, to create that food knowledge and creating recipes and cooking. This is what I wanted to do. And just to connect you with me, as I've worked in various aspects of culinary delights in terms of last 30 years. Is I've worked in hotels, I've worked in restaurants, I have worked in flight kitchens, I've worked in hospital kitchens, I've worked in even mall kitchens. I've set up. I've set up modern interactive kitchens and theme kitchens. I have also worked in the space of HACCP and ISO 22000 in terms of hygiene, and from this fire to the fried pan and onion and potato, I've also taught culinary for a short while. So there were some different facets of culinary faces, and rather I would say different strokes and known styles, or different dimensions towards familiar delegations, and to make this whole cuisine and to make this picturesque speech which we are talking. So that is what is more or less in me and what I was. I was always inspired and delighted by the bonhomie and the camaraderie of the chefs as people, as human beings, as professionals, and I connected with them as they transmitted. And I always felt as a part of a bigger family, their recognition of coexistence, the Guru Shishya Parampara in beginning, and then as I grew up and I started giving that, the anticipation of fine product on anvil was of course there, but it was the beliefs. I had to believe in their beliefs and the culinary concepts and in truly sense. And that's what got going. So that made not only me as a chef, but I was connected as a friend, I was connected as a family, I was connected as a part of a part of a hotel group, a kitchen group, and so on. And it's been so many people in this last journey of mine of the last 3 decades I've been on, and I've connected with various people other than the onions and tomatoes and potatoes. All these people who I've connected, I think most of them are still in touch, and that is something which is very good to be a chef. Yes, to follow your dream, to get that profession, and to reach to a position is definitely an aspiration. But to connect with people and get that happiness, get that cheer with you is res of the etre. I feel so. I also, when I started this and the whole culinary process started, I started feeling as a chef and believing as a chef that food can inspire, entertain, teach, even change course of life. So my love for food today has brought me today what I am: a restaurateur, a chef, a professional, and so on. And food is a reason to celebrate. It is a reason to celebrate every day, which brings you a holistic ecstasy, not to a sheer meal delight, but also it also connects you to socially. It also gets you an community experience, and and the cheer and the friendship. And I, um I always believe that food has got us the fervor, the fever, the fiesta, the feast that that no other thing can get in. Even if you have friends and or you want to find a friend, they say the best way is to connect through food. You know, every beauty in this world deserves that to be shared, whether it is a smile, whether it is a dream, a memory, or a cuisine. When shared, a beauty becomes magical. It splends in our eyes, it moves to our lips, and circulates in our blood like oxygen. Food, food, food is what it connects to the past, to the memories of a family, maybe the grandmother, maybe the father, maybe the grandson, maybe a friend, and sometimes unknown people. It connects to mysterious lands which we have never visited, but we've tasted that food. It connects to our stomach, to our body, to living energy, to our senses. Food is a very sensual thing. You know, I always believe that it is not the necessity of the hunger which you want to take in for the food. It is also to satisfy your cravings of how it looks, how it tastes, how you hear about it from your co-diner or your friend, and what is your perception about that particular food. So it connects. It is one thing which connects you in all senses, whilst a painter or somebody, an artist who is doing it, is only two-dimensional. You can only see that. Here you can feel, you can taste, you can